In the depths of the ancient Gallowood Forest, where sunlight only faintly filtered through dense canopies of oak and ash, lived a solitary witch named Elda. Elda had dwelt in the heart of Gallowood for as long as the villagers could remember, longer perhaps than even their elders could recall. Her existence was marked by the magical symbiosis she shared with the Old Tendrils, a network of living vines that clung to her cottage, wrapping it in a tangle of emerald and shadow. These old tendrils were unlike any other plant in Gallowood. While the trees and undergrowth of the forest held their own quiet mysteries, the tendrils held a magic older than memory. They were alive in ways that defied explanation, moving and coiling, as if they possessed minds of their own. The tendrils encircled Elda's small wooden cottage, their creeping, slithering growths forming a protective wall that was both beautiful and fearsome. Any creature that entered the witch's grove felt the presence of the tendrils, which seemed to watch, to listen, and to guard. Rumors circulated among the villagers that the vines would grab any trespasser with a single thought from the witch. Few dared enter the forest, let alone the grove, though Elda had rarely done anything to harm the people in nearby villages. Still, the stories of her powers kept people at bay, and Elda, though capable of great kindness, was content to remain alone, with only the old tendrils and the creatures of the woods for company. In her solitude, she found peace and purpose, tending to the plants and animals around her, and quietly listening to the forest's secrets. Her magic, drawn from the earth and the forest, was old and powerful. One cold winter's eve, a young boy named Tomas found himself at the edge of Gallowood. He had come, alone and terrified, in search of the mysterious witch whose power, he'd heard, extended to the healing arts. His mother had fallen gravely ill, her fever worsening with each passing night. Tomas's father had died many years before, and his mother had raised him on her own, teaching him kindness and patience, even in the hardest of times. She had always been a gentle woman, known for her laughter and resilience, but the sickness had drained her strength. Desperate to save her, Tomas had sought the one person who might possess the knowledge and power to help. The forest loomed before him, its shadowy depths both beckoning and forbidding. He had heard tales of the Gallowood's dangers, the wolves that prowled its edges, the poisonous plants hidden beneath fallen leaves, and most of all, the witch who lived within. Yet Tomas pressed forward, clutching his small lantern, the light casting dancing shadows along the gnarled tree roots. After hours of searching, he finally reached the grove, where the trees opened up to reveal a small clearing. There, nestled under a canopy of twisting vines, stood the witch's cottage. The old tendrils shifted and swayed, as if sensing his presence, their lengths winding like serpents. Tomas hesitated, heart pounding. The vines seemed to rise and fall, like breaths taken by a slumbering beast. Then, gathering his courage, he stepped closer, calling out into the night, his voice barely a whisper. "Please, I come seeking help from my mother. She is sick, and I was told that you could heal her." From within the shadowed doorway of the cottage, Elda appeared. Her figure was draped in dark, earthen-toned robes, her hair long and streaked with silver, adorned with charms made from feathers, bones, and leaves. Her eyes, dark as the forest's depths, studied Tomas with an intensity that made him shiver. He had expected to see cruelty in her gaze, but instead, he found something else, a quiet, guarded kindness.